I'm going to try to make this as easy as possible. I had someone to actually email me and ask a question about money. They're very new to it. So it may be a lot of people that's really new to it. But I'm not going to spend a lot of time. They always wondering why come I'm so against the federal government constantly printing money over and over and over again. And I can tell you the reason why I'm so against it. I'm so against it simply because the more money they print, the higher prices you have to pay for goods and services, i.e. gas. You go to the store, you go grocery shopping and stuff, and it's evident. If we just look at a 10-year mark, I mean, what was the national debt when Obama got in office? I think it was anywhere between 6 and 8 trillion, and now it's 17 trillion, and he ain't done yet, and he's gonna double the national debt just in his term of presidency. Well, we go in 10 years ago, with gas like $1.30, $1.50 a gallon, and now it's $3 and $4 a gallon and stuff. You see what's happening? That's because of the money printing. And the more they print, the more the valuation of that money is going to be. I'm trying to keep this as simple as possible. And the more they print, the more the price is going to go up of commodities, the more the price is going to go up at the store. So if they could continue to keep on printing money and keep on raising the national deficit from 17 trillion to 20 trillion to buy us a few more years, you're going to continue to keep staring at extraordinary prices. And as long as you continue to keep staring at these extraordinary prices, you have to understand this, is that the more these prices go up, you get paid, and your paycheck is not keeping up with the inflation. Your paycheck is not telling you how much you're actually losing until you go to the store and find out that you can't find, or you cannot buy the same goods that you used to with $100. I'm sure everybody can understand that, as you used to anymore. And if they keep on going, pretty soon you're not going to have anything left. Just the basic necessities of just living, having a roof over your head and food in your mouth and clothes on your back. It's pretty much, and then gasoline. It's pretty much taking the majority of everybody who's living from paycheck to paycheck in order to exist. So you find out that people are no longer owning homes no more. People are starting to rent. And the people who have the capital to be able to go out, up here in this little small town, we got this duplexes popping up all over the place. All over the place. These renters they're literally going to the bank, the people who are building these places, because they're renting. And of course, there's two ways you can look at renting. There's its pros and cons, as well as so-called home ownership. But that's why I advocate you getting some self-help books, learning how to do things on your own and not depend on the system in this world, because they're not going to tell you what you need to do in order to preserve yourself and your family. They just simply ain't going to do it. The government is like a lot of people. They want you to depend on them. And when you don't depend on them, the government is miserable. But when you do depend on them, you're miserable. And most people just can't accept the fact that other people can turn the page and go on and move on in life without you. And that's what the government doesn't want either. They don't want you to know that you can actually turn the page. You can do a lot of things without government intruding on in your life. The municipal systems, the federal system, I don't care where you go, they're all bankrupt. And you know what bankrupt is when you don't have any money. Broke. You know what broke is. But yet, because they're the government, they make the laws, they make the rules, they make the regulations, the guidelines, and they have the guns. They do pretty much whatever they want. And they use a double standard while they're expecting more out of you than what they're capable of producing themselves, because government can't produce anything. The only thing they can do is continue to keep taking from the populace, because government cannot produce anything. So out of $2 trillion in taxes that they receive every single year, it's still not enough to keep up with the amount of spending that this country is doing, because they have such a lust and greed for spending that ultimately what they're doing is they're putting us all in the poorhouse. And that's the reason why China, and the mainstream news media is not going to tell you this, China and a lot of other countries are buying up land here in America, because that's collateral in order to pay back on the interest on the debt. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but when you're informed, at least you do have an opportunity to do something about it. You can choose to do like a lot of people do. You can remain stagnant, complacent, apathetic, do nothing at all. Or you can be very well informed, take the information that I am telling you, weigh it, see what's true and what's not. All of it is true though. And then you can start making your life and the adjustments in your life fit the information I'm giving you, and you'll find out that you'll have a whole lot more peace in your home.